the spirit of might, even as we intercede this morning. We receive from you the spirit of might. Strengthen us as we intercede. Strengthen us as we stand in the gap on behalf of our singles, on behalf of the unmarried. No more shame in our relationships. No more guilt in our relationships. No more death in our relationships. Righteousness is exalted in our relationships. You are honored in our relationships. We declare concerning the unmarried. Value for righteousness is established. Good morning and welcome to Build to Last Marriage Prayer Network. This morning we'll be having a session with our singles, praying for the unmarried across the nations of the earth and trusting the Lord to bring about a visitation in the lives of our singles. Our focus this morning is on respecting boundaries in relationships. Well-defined territories and space generally are surrounded with boundaries. Encroachment becomes a violation of boundary lines. This same concept is applicable in relationships involving the unmarried. Relationships are like elevators, and they either take you up or bring you down. There are no neutrality in relationships. Relationships that are positive and healthy are framed with defined boundaries, either written or spoken. It is wisdom and common sense to define the goals and objectives of any given relationship. This morning we shall focus on the intimate relationship between a matured male that is single with his female counterparts that is geared towards marriage. In Amos 3 and verse 3, the scripture reads, "Do two walk together except they make an appointment and have agreed?" Assumption, like we all know, is the lowest form of knowledge. A basic sign of maturity in a relationship is demonstrated when both persons can sit down and sincerely discuss on what is permissible or not. Emotions are relational currencies that must be managed effectively for maximum profit. Emotions, when not controlled, can lead one astray. Without respect for boundaries, a God-ordained relationship can become a satanic game reserve. Adam and Eve, for instance, were driven out of the garden that was planted exclusively for them by the Lord when they didn't respect the boundaries that God placed. In Genesis 3 and verse 23, the scripture reads, "So the Lord banished him from the Garden of Eden to walk the ground from which he had been taken." Apart from the deep demonstration of reverence we bring to God, respecting boundaries shows that we value and honor our intended spouse. Furthermore, it is a proof that both partners are trustworthy and sane. In cases where one person is always violating the rules of engagement, it is advisable that you end that relationship and seek counsel from a trustworthy coach or mentor who is godly. The heartbreaks that has wrecked many has become a recurring decimal amongst the singles